When two people come into contact with each other, it's like clouds of different colored water vapor interacting and it blends. Some people have really big energy, and some people are very reserved and careful with how their energy affects other people. I'm using energy very loosely here. You can call that words, emotions, tone. People who take up space and people who don't. So it can be a physical thing. How people smell even affects us in space together. And we all fluctuate too, like weather. So our fluctuations interact with other people's fluctuations. So having felt into that a little bit, remember that central point, circumference, my outer edges, and other. I'm going to shift into giving you some guidelines for how to turn this into an art activity. So if you were to draw this sense of yourself in the center of a piece of paper, maybe that would be writing your name, drawing a dot, putting a little figure, symbol, doodle, something that represents you, or maybe it's a stick figure. It could literally be a little drawing of yourself. And thinking about what edges you need, what's non-negotiable, and that would go on your inside, in your core. So you draw yourself, you draw a shape around yourself that's your impermeable boundaries, your non-negotiables. And then outside of that, think about the boundaries that shift. One thing that came up for me is I'm okay with some people touching me and other people I don't touch. So there's physical boundaries there. But it could also be about privacy or what you share, the distance we keep people at. You can write that, you can draw that, you could draw how much space you want between you and other people. So you could do that symbolically. Maybe they're outside of a fence. Or maybe it's more about colors, where different colors would represent different things. So that's what we're going to play around with. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has. I also want to give my art therapy rules, which is there's no right or wrong way. So if you have an idea, run with it. It doesn't matter what I think is the way to do it. This is about exploration. It's not about filling in the blank or multiple choice. It's just a suggestion to get you started. You also don't have to know where you're going to get started. Sometimes the playing around with it teaches you things in the process. Most art is experimenting, throwing it out, and doing it again. The other thing is when you talk about yourself or your art ability, try to be kind. It's so easy to be kind to other people and not to ourselves, and it would be nice to bring ourselves into that same level of compassion. Any questions, I'm happy to repeat myself or give clarification. Okay, I'm going to give 15 minutes to start playing around with this.